Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. I'm just going to be doing a little tag today, and so what I'm really excited about is the Ktropeathon Tag. And so of course Ktropeathon's happening all month here in July, and where we're just kind of celebrating Korean cultures, particularly entertainment, K-dramas, K-pop, that kind of thing. And this is, of course, hosted by Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in Space, beautiful Anisha, and Duk Jae-yoon. And they have a super fun tag for us to do. And based off a lot of those K-tropes that we enjoy from, K-dramas and K-pop and all that kind of good stuff. So let's kick it right off. So IBS is the first prompt, which is hilarious because it seems like a lot of people in K-dramas will have like stomach issues. I don't know, it's a thing. But anyway, so a book that gave you a stomach ache from the embarrassment or stress of it all. So I went with the stress of it all, and Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica. And yeah, this one is a stressful book to read. In this world, all meat has, we can't eat meat anymore. Humans and that any kind of meat byproducts, nothing. Animals are just gone. Animals don't no longer exist. So of course, instead of just adapting to that situation, we now have made it legal to sort of harvest humans for meat. And this perspective is someone who works in one of these meat processing plants. And there's a lot of descriptions in here. There's a lot of body stuff going on in here. It is hard to stomach at times, I'm gonna be honest, but it is also a really dang good book. So Tender is the Flesh for that one for sure. Okay, number 2, your Ult Bias. That is when you think about your faves that you love in entertainment. Your Ult is your fave of your faves. Like, you love this person just a little bit above all the others, So this one is a favorite author that you just can't stop talking about. I thought I would go with Hailey Piper, and because I am in love with Hailey's books and I love them all. Yes, she is a horror writer, though this one is actually a bit of a dark fantasy. Queen of Teeth I love. Horror writer, just really beautiful writing, excellent short story collection, really really fun Halloween set book. Cosmic horror. This is her newest one I have, Cranberry Cove, which I actually haven't read yet, but definitely want to get to this soon. Whoops. And Hailey Piper, if you are looking for some really just excellently written horror, usually lots of queer characters, just excellent stories, really creative, lots of times some good body horror, especially in particular like Queen of Teeth, just fun stuff, just really good stuff. Hailey Piper, absolutely cannot recommend enough. Okay, number 3, spicy food. We know our Korean folks like spicy food, so a book or author with a very strong flavor. I went with Puppy Z Bright, aka Billy Martin, and I chose this author because of their absolutely wonderful writing style. It is often very beautifully written, and but they write about the most awful, atrocious things because these are horror books. This is a really wonderful short story collection. I got more books, but these are the 2 I could access. But Exquisite Corpse is really one of my all-time favorite books about serial killers that meet up and start serial killing together. It's a love story, really, but it's just, again, some of the most vile things being described here, but in such a beautifully artistic way that is just, it's definitely a strong flavor to Puppy Z Bright's writing that is their own. So, yeah, absolutely. Okay, number 4, Healing. A book that you found emotionally healing. I went with, where is it? This book, The Shape of the Eye by George Estrich. This is a memoir, and I read this not too long after my son was born. My son was born with Down syndrome, as was George's daughter. So this is just, talking about life with his daughter, who was a bit older than my kid at the time, and it's really beautifully written. It's very moving. It was what I needed at the time, and made me, because I was, when we first got the diagnosis after my son's birth, it was hard, and you're just juggling with these emotions, and not sure where to go from here. And this book, of all the kind of books I was reading at the time, brought me the most comfort and healing for sure. So absolutely, I'd recommend anyone to read this. Actually, it's really wonderful. It's a beautiful story. So yes. Okay, number 5, the Maknae. Yeah, so the Maknae is someone that's the youngest of the group. You see it a lot within K-pop groups, and you want to know who the youngest is, and so it's fun. So a coming of age story. So I picked 2 because I wanted to pick one that was from a girl's perspective and one from a boy's perspective, because I haven't talked about Betty in a while. And who am I if I'm not talking about Betty by Tiffany McDaniel? This is a story of Betty and her, her childhood. We meet her when she was quite young, 5 or 6 or so maybe, and up until age 18, 19, and the struggles of her family, particularly with poverty in this Appalachian area of Ohio, and the family trauma of cyclical abuse. Very hard to read at times. I sobbed immensely in this book. It is stunningly beautiful. Another gorgeous writer is Tiffany, and you have to read this book. It's just beautiful. And then I feel like I also would be remiss if I didn't talk about Fear by Ronald Kelly, because Jeb in this book is a little like an 11, 12, 13-ish-year-old boy who is, or maybe even beyond that now, but he is such a wonderful character dealing with so much. And again, he's living with his grandmother and his dad on a farm, but his dad has come back from the war and doesn't even know that, has some brain injury, doesn't even know that Jeb is his son anymore, and there's this whole thing. And through the story, people kids start turning up missing and dead, whatever in the town, and so they go off on this little quest, him and his dog and his father and another man that we met along the way. Turns into a bit of a quest story as they make their way into Fear County, which is the neighboring county, which is the county you don't actually want to go to because secrets and mysteries. So this is fantastic as they learn to fight this monster. It's so good. It's just so good. The characters here are stunning. I love this book. All right. All right. Number 6, Aegyo, which is sort of the act of being cute, purposefully cute, a lot of times to get what you want. Koreans are very good at Aegyo. And so a cute book that you loved. I haven't talked about this one in a while, so I'm overdue to talk about Old Fashioned Cupcake. Yes, by Sagan. Oh, I love this book. And I actually recommend the drama as well. It's so good. But it's an office romance between these 2 men here. This man is older. He's pushing 40, and this guy's about 10 years younger. And he just really likes this guy, and he wants to kind of spend time with him outside of work. And so they start doing like cute, fun things that they usually see like young girls doing, like going to cute cafes and having ice cream and just silly things like that, which they could deem it silly because it's girl stuff, right? But anyway, and I don't know, it goes from there a little. Like I said, they fall in love along the way. It is so sweet and cute. I love it so much. Okay, number 7, Piggyback, because I swear in every K-drama, someone's giving somebody a piggyback at some point. It's just going to happen. You just because somebody is really drunk. But anyway, so a book that carried you through a difficult time. And I went with Into the Wild. I read this at a time in my life when I was really floundering and feeling a bit lost. So I myself took off to Alaska, and as of course, the young man in this story does. And whatever you think about, McCandless aside, at the time, it gave me what I was needing, what I was looking for. And I do still really love this book because of that. And so, yeah. Okay, 8, The Truck of Doom. I think my favorite, The Truck of Doom, because somebody is always getting run over in a K-drama. Okay, so a book that absolutely floored you. So it could be like a plot twist, or a book that you were just like, it just was unexpectedly just the most amazing book you've ever read, that kind of thing. And I went with Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, because there are times, actually, I still think about the ending of this book, because it is so good. The twist, the little ending, I'm still kind of shook about it sometimes. And I love this book so much. Okay. Number 9, Narcolepsy. People always falling asleep in weird places in K-dramas. So a book that puts you to sleep. And I said The Swarm by Arthur Herzog. I read this, I think, last Garb August, or maybe the Garb August before that. I can't remember now, but I was expecting like a really fun animal attack book based on like killer bees. This is what I was going into this book for. And while there was some killer bee action, there was not enough. I needed more. I didn't need a lot of this whole scientist talk about where the bees are coming from, yada yada yada. I didn't want all that. I didn't want all that stuff. I just wanted bee killings. It was just a little boring, okay? Okay, number 10, Joseon, which is a historical time period in Korea, a book that you recently read that is set in the past. Very recently, I read Lone Women by Victor Laval, set in, sort of late 1800-ish, or no, 1915, I'll say, as it says here on the inside flat. So yeah, early 1900s, out in the West, and this was really great. A woman is trudging along with this mysterious trunk as she has moved to a new area, and what that may mean for the area. Very good. I really love this book. Okay, number 11, Meetcute, which is, of course, and when you're watching a K-drama, usually our two love interests have a meet-cute. Yeah, something, fun happens that brings them together, right? So it's like a book, a share book that you have a fun story about, and I thought I'd actually share one of the books that I've owned the longest on my shelf. Judy Blume's A Tale of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. And this is, of course, part of the Fudge book, where we meet young Peter, who is being terrorized by his young brother, Fudge. And I love Judy Blume. I think I've talked about Judy Blume a lot on this show. And I love the Fudge books. And you could see this book is just, she's battered and torn. She's faded and stained and yellowed, but I still have it after all these years. And I need to reread this series, honestly, because I love the Fudge books. Okay, number 12, Hallyu, which is, of course, we're talking about the Korean wave. Korean book, or a book which Korea influenced you to pick up. I've read a lot of Korean books now, but I wanted to highlight The Vegetarian by Han Kang, which I'm pretty sure was the first Korean book I read. That was, translated from Korean to English that I read, was The Vegetarian. I read that several years ago now, 5-6 years ago or so. And I really loved it. I recently did a reread, loved it again. And it just got me started down this road of looking for kind of gritty Korean books. And yeah. It's a book that's not for everyone, but I really love it. And last, certainly not least, is number 13, K-tropes. What are some tropes, that we see in Korean, entertainment? So a book that you would recommend as perfect for Ktropeathon. So I've got a couple. One I think I read it last year for a reading blog, The Miracles of the Namiya General Store by Aegyo Higashino. I feel like this would be an absolutely perfect K-drama. It maybe has been a movie, I don't even know, but I think it would be really great. It's got time, back and forwards through time, things that which you see a lot in Korean, media. So we were following these criminals as they've just, committed a crime, and they're hiding out in the Namiya General Store, and which has been abandoned, but they're hiding out there. And then a letter gets slipped through the box. And what we learn is this: the previous owner of the general store used to sort of answer, mail, like, kind of like little like help me things, and he would answer the messages that came through the box, and so we go backwards in time as we learn more, of course, about the general store and about people that have slipped their notes through the box to seek help from the owner, and backwards and forwards in time and how it affects things today. It was really good. I think it would be a great movie. Also, Heart and Soul by Aaron Kinsella. This is fantastic. This is absolutely tropey. It would be perfect for Ktropeathon. We're following a woman who's an author, and her book was picked up to be made into a K-drama. So she travels over to Korea, and it's, you know, sitting in on like the first meeting with all the, you know, the writers and the actor, everybody who's involved in the project, you know. And she walks in and she sees who's going to be playing the lead, you know, of the story, and lo and behold, it is her bias of her favorite K-pop group, and, you know, which the group is on a bit of a break, and so he's you know, taken on this acting role, and the story kind of goes from there. There's a scandal in here. There is a marriage of convenience, because it's just the fact that there is a K-pop character who's a K-pop idol who's also an actor. All of this is so tropey, but there also has a lot of depth to the story. We learn a little bit about the insiderness of K-pop, and our main character is definitely dealing with anxiety and stress of that kind of life. The female character has her own sort of things that she's dealing with as well, which, you know, kind of culminates and comes together, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I can't recommend it enough. It was really good. Okay, so yes, thanks. Yeah, that's it. That was really fun questions. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.